All right. Give me a second here. Let's see. Don't see that. All right, cool. The sun was in here and moved everything around. Hey, L, you Michael. Man, little crowd today. This small crowd is definitely fatigued from the market. Steven, if you're here. Don't see you in here. All right. Got about 2 minutes before we get started. Let's see if I can pop this up on YouTube. Well, Fred, maybe they're gonna learn something today. I'm gonna do a little lesson on inflation today. All right. Got 7 people on YouTube, looks like. Probably counting me. All right. Steven does all these different pictures. It's he looks for pictures of Knoxville and puts them on. This is let's see, where's this taken from? This looks like, oh gosh, I can't think of the building this is from. It's from one of the apartment buildings, I think. Looking right down the water, the riverfront there. I was gonna say it looks like it's from the Bank of America building, but it's too far to the river. Yeah, maybe. I'm talking to the boss. She's talking to me. All right. It is 5 o'clock. This is a picture of downtown Knoxville. Calhoun's, really great barbecue place is right down here. Let's see. If I share my screen, you can actually see where I'm pointing. Yeah, so Calhoun's, pretty good barbecue place right down here, lit up just above that little walkway bridge going across, a little short white bridge there, just going over Nayland Drive. And then the airport where my plane is just on the horizon up there. And it's a downtown island airport. It's an island in the river there. The start of the Tennessee River is just right there, just below just where you can see the water right there. That's the start of the Tennessee River, where the Holston and the French Broad come together. And this tall building on the left here, it says BB&T is now Truist, like we talked about last week. So it's downtown Knoxville for you. All righty. Let's see. That's showing the wrong screen. Awesome. Love that. Show the right screen. There we go. And still the wrong screen. What the heck is happening here? Just keep showing the wrong screen. That's awesome. Love it. Well, it's not going to help much if I can't show the right screen. Well, I guess I can flip around. Let's see. Try this one more time. Uh-oh. That crashed. All right. Am I still even on Zoom? Oh, come on now. Yeah, it says I'm still on Zoom. All right. I got Zoom. Let's see if I can get the webinar or the screen share back up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ah, there we go. Finally. Put a new graphics card in here, so it misbehaving a little bit. All right. Yes, Justin, right there. We recorded a promo right there on the river just above the JTT logo, and we never got to run it. So that is true. All right. So 3 big topics for today. PPI, Producer Price Index. You know, everybody's been talking about CPI. Let's talk about PPI and inflation. I had a professor of economics, a PhD in economics, come over to my house on Saturday for a little get together. We like to call my birthday party. And he asked me some pointed questions about inflation and my thoughts about this recession kicking off, and got me thinking about it. And I looked up PPI, and I think I'll share some of the stuff I found with you guys. And then we'll, as always, we'll go through some of your favorite stocks in the market, and then how to become one of my latest beta testers. We'll cover that at the end. So let's hop out of this. Let's jump over to that. And come on. I need this little bar to not be covering the top browser thing. What I need the producer price index right there. And the screen went blue. And here we go. All right. Let's go to this website first. All right. Man, the screen keeps flashing blue. Come on. Don't crash on me. Don't crash on me. Come on. Let me see it back. There we go. So, producer price index. This thing right here says our latest numbers, final demand plus 0.8% in May 2022. Look at this though. In May, you know, this is the NSA since May 2021, 10.8%. And these are producers, right? These are people that make things. Their prices have gone up like that. So I feel like this was telegraphing the inflation. Now, I could go through the PPI report, but this report, this thing right here kind of shows it even better right here. Look at this. Since, let me scroll it where we can actually see a date maybe possibly here. Let's see. Yeah. So this is all the way back from 2007. Now let's pull up in our recent memory here. big drop in 2020. We all kind of know why. And then these numbers have been rocking up here. I mean, look at before 2020. We didn't have, just get it back a couple years here. These stay pretty low, right? Low to flat, slight increases in price, slight dips. And then ever since we pulled out of this thing, these things were signaling that we were going to see some inflation. Producers were experiencing record price increases that we haven't seen in years. I mean, this is what I was doing right before I started. I mean, look, we haven't seen any kind of price increases like this. Look at this. It goes all the way back. We got a little spike coming out of the housing crash. But we saw, we saw this inflation kind of ramping up at the housing crash. But then it took us down. So right now, this is the most sustained we've had in, 11 years. And then arguably this is higher. So this PPI is kind of telegraphed, more than a year out that we were going to see, the sustained high prices for producers, increasing prices. It was kind of telling us that we were going to see some inflation that we haven't seen in a long, long time. I mean, producer prices basically stayed flat, just slight increases. And then boom, big increases. This was interesting to me. I mean, this kind of telegraphed that inflation was coming. If you recall last summer, companies like Campbell Soup, Kellogg's, Dollar Tree, they were announcing that they're going to raise their prices think about it though. Companies like Kellogg's and Campbell Soup, why would they announce they're raising prices? The economist guy, the professor I was talking to, he asked me that specifically. Why would companies announce something like that? He's like, the only reason, he's like, they're not required by law, right? I was like, well, maybe they were trying to express the fact that they were experiencing high costs, which we can see right here. I couldn't pull this up live while I was talking to him, but maybe those producers were experiencing high costs at the time, and they were just kind of eating it because they were stuck in contracts that they couldn't back out of. I mean, think about it, like supply contracts get written for people like Walmart, Kroger, and Target, big grocery store chains. They write their contracts for supplies out a year ahead. What are you going to charge me for soup next year? And so people like Campbell Soup, they said, look, I think they set their expectation going into the negotiations for the next supply contract that we're going to go up on our prices. And that's going to be what happened. And now we're actually seeing it come around to consumer price increases, and it's a whole different situation. So anyway, I just feel like the inflation kind of let us off here, and potentially the recession, our economy actually, shrinking a little bit, is being telegraphed in the market when it kind of topped out back in November and December and January. Like you had crypto and tech top out in November, along with things that had a price to sales over 20. And then now we're experiencing that pullback, broader market. The S&P 500 topped out in January, and it's been nothing but down ever since. So there is risk in the markets right now. And everybody's here to see my predictions on the market, because that's what we do every Tuesday at 5:00. So S&P 500, here it is. We topped out like January 4th, I think it was, and it's been nothing but down. Today, pulling back. And I just posted this chart in Discord a minute ago before I popped on here. Let's see if I can find it. Pop down to today. Here it is. Open. So like we roughly I mean, it depends on how you count it, but potentially this is a 5-way move up. We could be seeing a retrace. This could last a couple of days. Right now, it's kind of a steep retrace, and wave twos do tend to be a steep retrace. That price right there, 37.50, 37.51.94, but 37.50 would be the rounding off number I would use. And that just happens to be where this consolidation was before we kind of gapped up crazy at the end of last week. Now, we also are coming up into a holiday weekend. So that's coming up this weekend also. Monday is a market holiday, if you weren't aware, July 4th for the United States. So that's coming up. All right. Now, jumping back over. So my primary expectation right now, maybe see a little pullback in the S&P. Holding 3,800 keeps the futures immediately bullish. Holding 3750 keeps the S&P 500 in the bigger 5-up pattern bullish. Now, what the heck just happened to my? Why did that just pop away? All right, where's the chart? Come on now. No meeting controls, no chart. What's going on? The other screen turned off. Bear with me 1 second here. Jump to the other screen. Awesome. And no, we don't want to check for updates. Goodness gracious. All right. Go back over here. All right. Where was I? All right, chat. So if you want to make requests, ready, set, go. I can jump through the rest of everything if you want me to. NASDAQ still looking the same. It's stuck in the downtrend. Hadn't broke out yet. This downtrend of highs, we held it so far. Haven't been able to break above. Got to break out. Now, Russell over here kind of got the same situation going on. Didn't even make it up to test it today before it's getting its pullback. So we could see one more higher low or potential lower low. Not sharing, but it says sharing, but obviously the crash took that out here. Anybody got see a screen so far? Anybody? All right. So it look like a stock chart. See if I got the right screen showing. Yes, a stock chart. Hopefully. Screen of us. Yep, Russell. All right. This thing's being awesome. All right. So there's Russell. Before that, NASDAQ with the downtrend came right up to it. And before that, S&P 500 pulling back. Had that one right there. All right. Everybody caught up. 30 minutes of awesome is not being as awesome today with the whatever's going on. My new 3080 graphics card being stupid here. All right, breaking it in. Next up, crypto consolidating. And this basically a channel is what I would call this at this point. Let's see, where's the channel tool? Parallel channel here. That's kind of what little mini channel thing going on here with Bitcoin. And that's kind of what all of crypto is doing. You look at Ethereum, 3 down red days. Bitcoin, 3 down red days. Usually when Bitcoin and Ethereum have 3 green days in a row together, we get some up, but that didn't happen back here at the end of May. And right now, we don't have 3 green candles. So it's been a challenging time for crypto. It was down as of the last holiday weekend on Juneteenth. It was down 72% of its value from the peak back in November. So that's a tough pullback. And we are kind of, I feel like I was one of the first ones saying crypto winter, but then it kind of blew up the last 2 weeks and everybody's been saying we're in the crypto winter. This is kind of the pre-halving time for Bitcoin. Halving is where where the rate of payout for mining a block cuts in half. And the crypto market as a whole, particularly Bitcoin, tends to go on a nice big run into that halving event. And the next one coming up in approximately March of 2024. So right now we're in June, almost July of 2022. As we approach September, that'll be about 18 months out from the halving. And that's usually about the point where we start to see a run in crypto. So, but sometime between now and September, crypto ought to kind of make its final lows and, start to turn around into an uptrend. But that's just going off the past that we've seen for the last, since 2009 or so, whenever Bitcoin came onto the market. And it's just kind of been the trend. So, all right. I see a request for SSR or SRR. That's SRR. My keyboard being weird. Everything's being weird. That looks like a penny stock and not something I'm going to mess with. And Russell, of course, the downtrend. All right. Yeah, I've mentioned that a few times lately, is that a lot of the miners are upside down right now. They did all their financing based on like $35,000 Bitcoin. So if they're into Bitcoin mining, they're upside down quite, it's like a 33% upside down on their numbers. So they need prices to be higher. Otherwise, there could be some mergers, acquisitions, liquidations in the crypto miner space. DVN looking like it might hold the roadmap line there. The roadmap line looks like this, looking like it could hold the roadmap line there. I predicted it might bounce back here. Looks like it took an extra month or so, finding some support right there. A bounce back above the 618 can be bullish. Let's kind of remove a few of these. Look at that. Right in that consolidation from before also. Touch right there, touch right there. Seems to be a support level for DVN. Resistance above, coming up in the 65 to 68 zone up here. Got to get back above that before it really flips back to bullish. All right. So SU, same sort of situation. Touched right down to the roadmap line. A lot of these stocks are on the roadmap watch list for the week. If you don't subscribe to that, it's jeffreytrader.com/MRM. Pop in there and get a watch list like this every week. All right. Shop. Yeah, Justin, if you can let me know if you see anything on YouTube. I can't pop that window up without freaking out something, apparently. All right. Shop looks like it's riding right at support. If it breaks through 305, you're going to see a move down to 180. So 10 for 1 split on shop. Yeah. Is that today? Tomorrow? Yeah, it's still so divide by 10. It's gonna be 30. So this price will be 30, and then this price will be 18. So let's keep an eye on it. All right. If it breaks out above, I'm gonna say 40 after the split, that can be bullish. You know, then you're gonna need to see it get back through this thing coming down, which it'll probably arc off a little bit. So it'd probably be around 60. Getting back above 60 is going to be bullish longer term. So let's shop. All right, LO1. That one's been on the roadmap list quite a few times. Looks like it's topping out in this cycle and might come back down again. Kind of held the support line, bounced right up off of it. Didn't quite make it to the 1272 extension. So there's an opportunity for it to get just a bit higher, but it doesn't tend to extend greatly before it retraces again. At least that's kind of been the pattern for the last year, where it doesn't extend greatly, just extends a little bit and then retraces. So made a little nominal higher high, might retrace all the way back down in this area, back around 290 before the next move out. AMD. And so still touching in the target area here. I was looking for it to pull on down just a bit more, maybe just 73 area. So it did pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to do. And that's AMD, probably around 73. All right, CRM. Tried to break through, got smacked down today. It's got to get through this downtrend. Then through the 144 EMA, then through this consolidation zone where we had these highs back in March. So CRM's got a little bit of work to do. So yellow, V Victor. There we go. Yep, bounce off the roadmap, same situation. Got there faster than I predicted. Be looking for the next move out. That's get rid of that one, There we go. Resistance around 128. That blue line comes across there. All righty, Tau. Coming up into resistance here. I do have a open Knoxville Trade Club trade on that one. Back above 6 would probably be great for that one. Yeah, coming up into the roadmap line, we need to see it break on through here and keep on going. All right, ADM. Oh, broke the roadmap line. So that one got removed off the roadmap line for the roadmap watch list for the week because it was below the roadmap line. So it didn't find support there. Let's see what else might be at work here. Got down to the 1272. It's got to get back up here. You know, the most aggressive entry I would do is a move up in here around 84. Clearing back above there. And then a confirmation would be a move above here. And let's see how that works with the fib line. Yep, 618 right in between there. Almost perfectly in the middle. Now, if it pops up here and then reverses off of that, it can go lower low. So danger zone right there. Watch that for a reversal off that. If they can break on up through, that's bullish. Can take it up to 108 area, 107, 108. All right, CBRL. That's nothing good. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 warnings before it took the bigger drop here. Where could it find support? It'd be a good place to bounce, but if it doesn't bounce here, looks like it's headed down to 69, 68, 69. And then if it does manage to get a little bit bullish, watch for resistance there. So if that holds, then it's probably going on down. Alrighty. Next up, NC. I mean, that looks a little crazy. Looks like it's trying to hold the roadmap line. It's the 144 EMA. Up the top, up at the bottom. To be bullish again, we need to see at least back above 53.50. Could take it up to 73. I don't know what they do. Just have information they put on here. I don't. It's not very helpful, the notes thing. All right. What else? You guys out of requests already? I mean, everybody's favorite Apple still working on that downtrend there. Not looking too good. I can pull all the way down and hit the 123 target down here. Cat. Not looking good there either. That says recession. Look at what Cat kind of telegraphed. We might see this COVID pullback. And we also saw back here in 2008, 9. See it. I mean, it started out here in 2006. It's having a hard time, and then boom, big pullback. So things were blowing and going back here in this run out of the .com crash, and then Cat started having a hard time, and then big pullback. And we were running, and then tough time, pull back again, run a little bit, choppy time, pull back, sharp up, pull back again. What we don't see is the flush out in cat. So be cautious. We could see a final little flush there. All right. Yeah, and then y'all woke up. USO. That's just hanging out. Didn't make it to the roadmap line. It's got an uptrend of the lows going there. At some point, that's going to break. It's going to return to the roadmap line. But that can hold and be the next extension out here. What would the extension be? Right there, around 96 to 101. UNG, just consolidating on the roadmap line before it takes the next run. GS, that's a downtrend, baby. Do expect financials to take a little bit of run into the next earnings coming up in July. So watch that. Money does tend to rotate into financials. Goldman Sachs may or may not be a beneficiary of that. LNG was another one that was on the roadmap watch list for the week. Found support at the roadmap line, looking for a move up. OXY, well, that's caught a little benefit of old Warren Buffett, I think. Came up just shy of the roadmap line, potential bounce here. The upside target was around 100 up here. All right, EQT, bouncing off the roadmap line. That's nothing to say there. FCEL, if you're not familiar with the roadmap line setup, it's one of the cheapest things I offer. It's a super easy daily chart setup. And FCEL looks like it's in a downtrend, still potentially heading lower. That was a 3-wave move up. 1, 2 could extend lower down to the low single digits. ZM coming up toward the roadmap line. That's kind of a 5-wave thing, so we may see a retrace. Very similar to the S&P 500. Could see a retrace back to 94 before it can test that up there. It's probably the yeah 34 EMA. Yep. That's a classic pattern for Elliott wave right there. Oh, wrong button. Classic Elliott wave pattern. Yeah, look at that. Inverse head and shoulders type situation in here. Yeah, like a shoulder, head, shoulder, roughly, or you can look at it slightly different. You got like a shoulder, a head, and you're missing the next shoulder before it breaks up. All right. ABBV. I thought I already did that one. Yeah. Looking for it to move up. Amazon. I'll do a few more and I'll wrap this up. Amazon's still downtrend. Looking for it to test this zone down here. Just makes better sense if it touches that low long-term zone. If you haven't heard me talk about it, go watch the previous weeks. I've talked about this for a number of weeks now. This big consolidation, it just needs to test back in there. Thoughts on IWM? Well, it's working on getting out of the bottom here. Made a lower low. Working on getting out of here. RRC. Potential bouncing off of the roadmap line. Extension out would be, got resistance here at 31, 42 would be upside for the next pullback, or possibly, potentially 49. That's what I see. All right. Apps. APPS. Had that down as $5. Looks a lot like the Cracker Barrel chart, just worse. JPM, and that's same sort of situation. Lower lows. VYM. Yeah, even that high dividend yield ETF, not looking super hot there. WEN. No, it's not. I mean, potential to have a 5-wave up. Potential, like looks like it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it was a diagonal, so you get a deep retrace, usually 76. So back to 16 would be my expectation. It could make a marginal higher high here, but a diagonal is also not very bullish. So it could make a lower low on Wendy's. All right. Twitter long TWTR. Looks like it broke down, so it could return to the lows. Although that was a nice swift move down. It went right to the target. Look at that. Right there. Sometimes I get lucky with the predictions. 1618. And holding in this area is bullish. Could be bullish. It's gonna have to get back above 43. I don't know what's going on with the buyout deal, but anyway. TCK. And below the roadmap line, it's turning bearish, and be cautious on that one until you get back above. Yeah, the black line on the roadmap line is 144 EMA. The other one, I'm not going to just give it away here, but it might be the 169 EMA. All right. F, I am long F from 11, I think. So this one does gotta. That's my southern coming out there. Got to break back through that downtrend of the highs. And I'm looking, when I bought shares of this 2 weeks ago, I was looking bigger picture, like this chart. We did a move up and a retrace to the 50%. I have to turn the setting back on. A retrace back in this area, and it's not even on the log chart, I guess. Yeah. Because of the low numbers and the fact it hadn't gone crazy yet. Yeah, the 618 and the 50% right in here. And it found support where these prior lows were. This could set it up to go triple digits on the bigger picture. So triple digits, yeah, 100. That's what I'm talking about. So, all right. Sorry, that's way too many for me to jump on. I'm gonna have to wrap this up because that's been 40 minutes of awesome, minus the few minutes of stupid crashing, whatever. So, all right. Yes, I'm long Ford shares. So I am still accepting beta testers for my brand new income strategy. It's a special setup that I found to trade on just one stock forever and ever and ever, over and over again, up to 9 to 12 times a month, potentially. Every day I issue a red light, green light, yellow light for new trades. Here's my whole track record in what would be a $5,800 account. These are all the closed profits right here. That's actually not completely accurate. I just opened a brand new $5,800 account for doing these trades with, and these are out of my retirement account right here. This track record, one of my retirement accounts. So I do this in the retirement account. That's those are all closed profits. So that's 100% wins on 6 trades. Still have one of those open in my retirement account. I have one open in my new $5,800 account. Now, I'm not saying that's going to continue, but I love this unique approach to income trading. And I want you to test it out with me. If you've been in the XSP, SPX, SPY channel in Discord, you have a feeling for kind of what it's like, but I've applied a few new rules, a few new bells and whistles, and a whole 7-step process to get in and out of the trade. So I want you to be there and test it with me. And that's why I'm going to reward you with permanent access. It's a lifetime membership access for being a beta tester. But you got to get in before July 4th. So you got to jump in before next Monday if you want to be with us. After that, the price will probably spike up. I'm not even sure how high we'll go with it. And lifetime membership will not be a standalone option ever again. It'll be part of a bundle, but it's not going to be a standalone thing. So you're never going to get in at the price that we're offering right now. So I've asked my beta testers from the opening bell alerts to give you a few words of wisdom about my beta test programs. So the question was, what would you say traders to traders considering becoming a beta tester and a permanent member for a new Jeffrey Turnmeyer service? So this is, these were beta testers of the previous thing I did. And we asked this question of them. And the first answer, just do it. And then the second answer, love the personality, the experience, the knowledge, personal availability makes it all worth it. And then the next one down, be patient. Everyone's learning, follow closely, participate only when confidence is high. Learn as much from others until you get the hang of it. And then next one, go for it if you have the money. I don't know, Yusuf put a lot of time. I think he's saying I put a lot of time and energy into the programs. And start small or paper trade until confident, although the emotions and slippage of real money has to be there at some point. Another one says, just do it. Jeffrey, it's going to guide you through the process and help you become successful, more confident trader. And I'm patient, knowledgeable, and I try to get everybody up to speed. So, and the OBA was a high probability trade with consistent win rate. And this new trade is the same situation. It's not a day trade. It is an income type trade where you'll be in the trade 4 to 6 days on average. The wins I had were 4 to 6 days. And then I got into one I've been in for a few weeks now. So in the past, my beta testers have become my best students in the program. And if you want to join me in these time loop trades, then here's what you need to do. Go to jeffreytrader.com/beta test, or you can give my team a call at 855-454-0816 and get in the time loop trades beta test. Reserve your permanent access. So yes, they are options trades. They are an income trade. It's a spread trade. It's 2 standard deviations out of the money. Low risk. It's in a Euro style option with no risk of early exercise. Any other questions? All right. Well, everybody, I'm going to wrap it up. Been great to see everybody again for 30 minutes of awesome. Final questions, remarks? Yeah, the price of entry, just go to the link, jeffreytrader.com/beta test. I mean, I can pop it up real quick. So FAQ1, are these option trades? Of course they are. Can you do it with stock? No. What kind of trades are these? They're called spread trades. What is the magic ticker symbol? Well, it's XSP. How big of an account do you need? I'd say at least $5,000. So you're not too tight and freaking out if you got to sit in one for a little bit. So you need at least $5,000 you can donate to it, or for margin. They can be done tighter. It makes it tougher. The tighter you are, the tougher it is to trade, and the more you might make mistakes. So beta test, Let's just check it out, see what it is. I don't even know the price. 747 right there for the beta test. Lifetime access. That means you're with me forever on this. I plan on doing these forever. So I haven't had a loss yet. I mean, the risk is about $3,000. It does require a $3,000 margin. The potential is there if the market just took a complete crap, you could lose $3,000 minus the credit on the trade. Credit is upwards of average credit. I got 185 today on the one I entered. So it's straightforward rules. Seven very clear steps right in the Discord channel. You need to be able to do Discord. So you can pop over here, jeffreytrader.com/beta test, read all the stuff we got on here. Check it out. I have some I have more rules than what were expressed in the XSP channel. So in the background, I was coming up with extra rules. I was testing several different trades at one time. So if you're confused on what I was doing, there was a lot of testing going on in the public channel. I had some other people working with me too, kind of hammered out some rules. So yeah, XSP, they do have options on XSP. 2K account would be rather tight. I wouldn't recommend 2K. I'd recommend 3K is like the minimum, probably. I do it in a retirement account, and I do it in a Tastyworks account, a cash account. There is the possibility to do it with SPY, but there's some different risks to doing that. Alrighty. I get all the questions anymore? Had kind of a flush of questions there. Anymore? Got everybody? Thinkorswim? I mean, let's see. Let's pull it up real quick. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull this thing up. Let's pull it up and look. I check my retirement accounts at E-Trade. My cash accounts at Thinkorswim that I just started. Thinkorswim, of course, wants to install an update. Isn't that brilliantest thing? All right. Logging in. I'm pretty sure you can do it at Thinkorswim. So let me pull it up and see. XSP is mini SPX. Yeah, there's the chain right there. So XSP works at Thinkorswim. I did open up the paper account. It's mini SPX, so it's 1/10 the size of SPX exactly. And SPY is usually runs about $2 different. SPY is 380. This is 382. Yeah, about $2 difference. So that'd be a question to call them and ask them, what's up, Penny? I'd call them and say, hey, what's up? It may be that you have to do some little disclosure agreement to get the options listed. They may have a special little agreement to be able to trade that. Since they're they're Euro style options, which has no early exercise, and there's no, I think they're cash settled because there's no stock. You can't actually buy the stock. Just like when you type in SPX, like you can't actually buy stock, even though you can buy the options. So they're all cash settled. Something a little different. All righty. It's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks everybody for coming. Let's throw up the splash screen. See you later.